The 1,000 cargo is a major milestone for APLNG, and when I think about the milestone, I get a bit nostalgic because I think about the journey that we've gone through to get to where we are to celebrate this event. To think back that Origin Energy was the original developer of coal seam gas in Queensland, and they later brought on a partner in ConocoPhillips who had the expertise in LNG operations and the technology. And the two of them together brought on Sinopec, who became the third partner, but also a major off-taker of the LNG. And as a result of that, the three companies brought together and created a joint venture. I think these projects are extremely important to the local communities, but also to the country. When we think about these projects, we think about the contribution in terms of the dollars that are invested in the local communities and in Australia. And for APLNG and the other two LNG projects here in Gladstone, over $80 billion was invested over a decade ago. And with that came tens of thousands of jobs. And today we have about 4,200 jobs that are direct jobs, as well as 24,000 indirect jobs. More specifically, APLNG has contributed over $5 billion to the local economy through state royalties, through local government payments, through expenditures with local businesses on goods and services, and contributions that we make to local communities and through sponsorships. So those are the contributions of the APLNG project. But I could also add that when we look at these projects, we think about it in terms of a long-term investment over decades, for 50, 60, 70 years. And as a result of that, the projects that we have, our employees work here, but they also live in these communities. So for that reason, the contributions is really about enriching the communities where we work and where we live. I think it's becoming increasingly clear that the investments in renewable energies at scale is very challenging. And for projects like APLNG, it's becoming a very important part of the overall energy mix.
For Australia,
I think it's becoming increasingly clear that to invest in renewable energies at scale is becoming very challenging. And for Australia to go from an energy system that is largely 80% fossil fuel to 80% renewables by 2030 is clearly an ambitious goal. So therefore, I think APLNG and projects like APLNG are critically important to support that energy transition and to support the intermittent supplies that are part of the renewable energy transition. So it's increasingly clear that the investments in renewable energy at scale is very challenging. Projects are being delayed, and the pace of renewable energies coming in the market is not meeting the expectations that we had put out. To go from an energy system that is 80% fossil fuel based to an energy system that is 80% renewable is a very ambitious goal. It becomes then very important for projects like APLNG to be able to supply that gas, to firm up that capacity, to help offset the intermittency that is the renewable projects. I think it's absolutely wonderful and a real tribute to the project to have all of our shareholders here in one place celebrating this 1,000 cargo event. We have a tremendous amount of VIPs that have come from all parts of the world to come celebrate with us. And we also have support from our politicians, including the Prime Minister, who will be here today.